back, everyone. We are now talking with Todd Walker, and he is the owner of Walker Insurance Group. But, you know, I want to talk about Medicare. Medicare is huge. It's Medicare season right now. I want you to tell everybody, you know, listen, there's people that do what you do, but you just said before you came on, there's nobody that travels more than me.
That's true.
First I want to talk about you and what's going on with Medicare and why everyone needs to listen up this is your time of year where you have that one chance to have that review that they give you so that you can see what's changed.
That's right. Well, in the business, we call this annual enrollment, but we hear the term messed up a lot.
Did I just do that?
No, you didn't. But I have a favorite one.
Which is what?
People call it open seaseason.
Oh, open season. That's really good.
Yeah, open season on seniors, right? I've had that happen like every week
I love that.
Since early September. Everybody's saying, well, I know it's open season for Medicare.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to shoot you. Nobody's target practicing here. But actually, the correct term is an annual enrollment period.
Yeah. Okay, so it's annual enrollment period.
That's right.
And I'm going to write it down. Okay, but here's what I want to do. I want you to explain why it's so important for everyone, no matter what, that they should have this done, even if somebody just went on Medicare recently.
Right. Well, it's called a Medicare checkup. That's what you're needing to do this time of year because depending on what type of plan you're on, you should do a review. And thousands of my clients call me this time of year, and we put them on a list for a Medicare review, whether it's their prescription drug plan, we call it Part D, or it's their Medicare Advantage plan, their HMO, or their PPO, just to make sure they're in the best plan that fits their needs, their medications, their doctors for next year.
You know, you don't mind if I kind of talk here for a second?
No.
Because I know it's your time, but my ex-husband is a perfect example of why somebody should call that's listening right now, because that maybe say, oh, you know, I'm okay. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, you know what? Are you really okay? How do you know? I know that you were just put on a new medication like about maybe a month ago or even less.
Sure.
You need to call right then and there. That makes you have to call because that right there could have put you into a different threshold.
Well,
I'm calling
exactly, because your plan doesn't stay the same. Whether you're on a prescription drug plan, a Part D, or you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, there will be internal changes on those plans. The drug formularies can change. Here's an example. A drug covered this year may not be covered on your plan next year.
There you go.
Your pharmacy might have changed. Your preferred pharmacy that you've been going to for maybe more than a year. Now, all of a sudden, next year, that contract changed between the drug plan and the pharmacy, and now that's not a preferred pharmacy. You go to the same pharmacy, and your copay is $100 instead of $2.
So your service is a free service. It makes sense to call and to make sure that you get this Medicare checkup. It's a review, and I'm telling you right now, if you think that you're okay, everybody really needs to call. And call somebody local. Very important that you call someone local. You like to bring these lots of books that you have brought here. Will you show Facebook at Land everybody what you've brought?
So, if you're on Medicare, you know about this one. It's the Medicare and You book that comes out every fall. The new ones are out. The 2024s are out. I haven't got mine yet, but it's coming soon. This is a great resource, something I just learned when I was on my travels in the last couple of weeks. You flip through this book and you look for the blue apples.
Okay.
It's like a treasure hunt through the Medicare and You book. Every time you find a blue apple in your Medicare and You book, that is a totally free preventive service provided by Medicare.
Oh my gosh. How many new blue apples are there?
There are a lot of blue apples in this book, so go hunting for them. And any that you might be interested in that type of a screening or a test, talk to your doctor's office. That's where you get these things done. And it's free. It will not cost you anything.
I have to tell you, this is another thing that my ex-husband said. I'm going to bring him up a lot today.
That's okay.
He's in Medicare. But I want to talk to you about this because a lot of what he said when he gets these books, as I asked him about that too, he files it away.
In the circular file.
Right? Most people put that in the circular file. Because it's, if it's not 2 pages, that's where you're going to put. But you just said something very important, and I'm going to tell him about that because
find the blue apples.
There's a lot of information in there that you don't even realize, or can they call you and talk to you about those blue apples?
call us 602-722-9325 or go on my website, toddknowsmedicare.com. It's easy to remember, toddknowsmedicare.com.
Now, you like to also give these out for everybody, which you can call me at 602-277-5369, and you can get, we've got the Medicare Consumer Guide, you've got the Medicare and you've got a lot of different ones here. Go ahead.
These are great publications. They're put out by Medicare every year. This one's called Understanding Medicare Advantage and Medicare Drug Plan Enrollment Periods, so that lets you know the window of time. Understanding Medicare Advantage plans. If you're in Maricopa County, there's like 63 plans next year. I mean, that's an overwhelming number of choices that you have in just one county.
But if you're like me, I like to call people and talk to them. It's so much easier to have it explained to me, especially when I start reading or I look at something, I get so confused, and I know a lot of people do. That's why we want to call somebody here that's local, that can talk to you, that's going to get to know you. It's what it's all about really right now, having that Medicare checkup, that review. You can call him at 602-722-9325. This is all just a free service to you. That's all he wants to do is help you and talk to you and see if you are on the right plan for you. And if you think that you are, you probably are not. Most people probably are not on the right one. You
False sense of security, right?
You are also licensed in 15 states.
Correct.
So really, you can almost help anyone. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I work extensively in Arizona and Nevada. 2 weeks ago, I was up in northern Nevada. The following week, I was in southern Nevada. And now this week, I'm in Arizona. So I'm everywhere. But, I'll come to you wherever you are, or set up a phone meeting or a virtual meeting, Google Meet, or that type of Zoom meeting.
So you also have on your website, a lot of people are still working on that, on the educational part, because that is what you really all about. You even said that it's really Medicare mentors is really what you are, because that's what you do. You teach people to understand the alphabet soup of Medicare.
Right. We do a Medicare seminar weekly. Tomorrow I've got one. The next 3 days after that, I've got several going on throughout Arizona.
Todd, how long have you been doing what you do?
Over 12 years.
So over 12 years. Yeah. Why do you love what you do?
Just helping people understand their choices. I'm a broker. I work with all the companies. If you have a question about this plan versus that company, I can help you. I'm contracted with everybody. But
I think that's important for people to understand, because when you call somebody, let's say you call the 800 number on television, that's what they're contracted with, that one person. They're going to guide you into that company, and you do not do that.
No, we have not hundreds, but dozens and dozens of companies that we contract with. So education's the key. We call it Medicare 101. We just make it simple.
Right. What is the number one question that you get asked? I always want to ask somebody like that kind of a question, because you probably get asked the same thing all the time.
Right. It's the theme is penalties. Okay. Everybody is afraid of a lifetime penalty, and Medicare has lifetime penalties. So you want to avoid those. And then the follow-up to that is, well, I'm going to work past 65, or I'm still covered on my spouse's insurance. But everybody around me, my coworkers, my family, my friends, they're all telling me if I don't enroll in Medicare at 65, I will be facing lifetime penalties.
Well, let me tell you something. It's all about penalties. It's also about how much money are you paying out.
Right.
Because that's what, when it comes to seniors, that's what you care about.
Right.
But you also can't just say, well, I've got who I have, and I'm really happy with that. No, you want to make sure that you get this review. It doesn't matter whether or not you've been on this plan all year long, but if you've had new changes, for sure, if you've had new drugs or anywhere, if there's just different reasons. Also, you want to check out those blue apples, and he can help you with that too. Again, that number to call him direct is 602-722-9325. It's toddknowsmedicare.com.
Do you need to liquidate a home? You need someone that you can trust. With Loving Care, estate liquidators are here to help. When you hire them, they take care of everything, and all your troubles go away. Call for a free quote at 623-606-1966. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. See what our clients say about us. Go to withlovingcareestate-liquidators.az.com. You'll know you've called the right place. 623-606-1966.
Hi, I'm Randy Courtney, broker owner of Weichert Realtors, Courtney Valley. I've served in the Valley for over 37 years. We handle all your residential needs. If you're thinking about making a move, call me for an expert broker price opinion. Find out what to do to your home to maximize its value. You'll be surprised at what you'll learn and well worth the time with me. I will tell you what most agents will not. Call me today at 480-705-9600. At Courtney Valley White Properties, we handle your real estate needs, big or small. We handle them all.
Do you have a parent, grandparent, or loved one who needs some extra help? Senior Helpers has spent 16 years helping seniors continue to live at home as they age. Do you have a loved one needing help with grocery shopping, meal preparation, or even help taking a shower? Call Senior Helpers today at 480-621-6672. We specialize in helping seniors with Alzheimer's and dementia, Parkinson's disease, and other chronic illnesses to stay at home. You can find us online at seniorhelpers.com or at 480-621-6672.
Are you tired of spending so much money on Facebook ads and never getting results? Do you hope and wish you could create content that would go viral and make you $1 million in sales? Well, I'm Daryl Stern, and I run the best video marketing and search engine optimization company in America, right here in Arizona. Text radio to 602-726-3890, and I'll give you a complimentary Stern storming session. I think it's time to get Stern.
Are you tired of dealing with incontinence? Do frequent trips to the bathroom keep you up at night? Sudden urges when you laugh, cough, or sneeze? VJuve's non-invasive treatments for men and women are covered by insurance, Medicare, and FDA approved, making them accessible to everyone. Say goodbye to discomfort and embarrassment, and hello to a happier, healthier you. With several locations throughout the Valley, there's one nearby. Why wait any longer? Schedule your complimentary treatment today at stopthep.com or call 480-593-5400. Let VJuve make you a better you.
If we could get you a price that would really make you happy, would you be willing to sell your company? Are you looking for an exit strategy to turn your world-class investment into cash? If you're ready to take on a new career or even just retire and need expert advice, WCI Brokers has the knowledge to get you your maximum value. With over 5,000 successful sales, 30,000 registered buyers, and 300 years of experience, we will handle every detail. Call 602-795-2005 and pay no fees until we turn your business into cash.
If I traded it all.
So welcome back. We're talking with Todd Walker, and we're talking about open season. I love that on seniors, but it's not. It's annual enrollment period right now for seniors. And at the break, we were talking a little bit to Facebook land, and one of the things that I wanted to say is that you were talking about Medicare 1-on-1 and how you have these seminars that you do all the time. You have one tomorrow, today, every day. You have them all the time. Now, I said, I wrote this down. So why can't people teach their spouse or their neighbor Medicare?
Well, because they're not sure what they signed up for themselves. I mean, you do this stuff, it all sounds good at the time that you're signing up, and then a week, 2 weeks, 6 months, a year later, you don't even remember why you signed up for what you signed up for. So doing a review is super important.
It is, and he calls it a Medicare checkup, and right now we do have our lines open here, but you can call him direct. I think that's the best thing to do. He's got all of these books, the Medicare and You. He's got the Understanding Medicare and Advantage and Medicare drug plans, enrollment periods, and all of that. Understanding Medicare Advantage plans. We've got our lines open here. You can call me or you can call him. Our number here is 602-277-5369. You can also call him direct. This is a free service to you. And what really it is, it's all about you resonating with that person and just saying, you know what, I got to call him and I got to find out, am I on the right plan? Mm-hmm. Also, people turn 65 every day. And I said that too, because you must be super busy because you're doing
year-round
all the time.
Yeah, it's not just the fall, not just the open season for Medicare, but it's year-round because people turn 65 12 months a year. And so they have to figure out Medicare. That's where our Medicare 101 seminar is very helpful. If you want to see our schedule, just go on our website, toddknowsmedicare.com. We list all the upcoming seminars. Could be in a town near you, at a library. I'm all over the state of Arizona as well as Nevada.
He's all about education. That's what it's all about for him. And you can check him out on his website, which is toddknowsmedicare.com. You can also call him direct at 602-722-9325. And I also talked to you a little bit about time to undo something. Let's say somebody went in and they're checking and they're listening to this. I want to hear about blue apples. I want to know about blue apples, right? Or I'm not even sure. Am I on the right one?
Plan. Exactly. Well, I mean, if you travel a lot, if you spend part of your year in another state, another county, then you need a plan that's portable, that goes with you. Well, maybe you signed up for a very restrictive network that's tied to where the county you live in. So, that's a good reason to do a follow-up, just a recheck of everything. Make sure it's the right plan that's going to travel with you, follow your lifestyle, meet your needs for your medications, your pre-existing conditions if you have any, your specialists, all of that.
Yeah, especially your doctors, right? I think that's a big one right there.
Exactly.
As though you have time. It depends on what you said. Each one is different.
There's different windows. So if you turned 65 in the last, say, 6 months, and you're rethinking your choices. Well, if you did an Advantage plan, you have 3 months after your birthday month to switch it out, make a different choice. If you did a supplement plan, you've got 6 months. We count your birthday month, but 5 more months after your birthday to make a change.
Again, this is a free service to you. It just makes sense. Certain things just make sense to call that person here local that knows you. Can you explain? Let's talk about that. I mean, because you must have a lot of clients that have been with you for a long time.
Hundreds, thousands.
Right. And so what does it look like when they call you? And when like the difference between when they speak to you as opposed to somebody else, what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, when they come to my seminar, so many times I get feedback afterwards just from them saying, I understand this so much better now. We just try to simplify it. We try to take the complexity out of Medicare. There's really 2 choices. We talk about both choices. I don't try to push you one way or the other way. It's your choice. It's your Medicare. But I just want you to understand your choices so then you can make an informed decision about how you want to do Medicare. But I was just up in Bullhead City last week, and a husband and wife, he's turning 65 next year. She's been on Medicare for 3 years. And every time I spoke to her after that seminar, she couldn't tell me in enough ways how much she appreciated the information and how I presented it and how her understanding of everything was so much better. She's telling all of her neighbors about me. So next time I'm in town, I'm going to see all of her neighbors. So
when you like something, you tell everybody about it, right? And the other thing that I wanted to say, that you mentioned that the people that are already on Medicare come to your
correct.
The seminars that you do.
Exactly, because of the annual changes. So this time of year especially, it attracts a lot of people that are already on Medicare for 5, 10, 15 years. They want to know what's changing for next year. And there are changes. I mean, there are drug changes. There are preventive care changes for next year. So
his phone number to call is 602-722-9325. His website is toddknowsmedicare.com. For anyone that didn't hear, because you said it in the beginning, I want to talk about those blue apples. I know we've mentioned them, and everybody's going, well, when is she talking about those blue apples?
So it's the Medicare New book. Comes out every year in the fall. If you're on Medicare, you recognize it. You get this book every September, October. When you're new to Medicare, they're going to send this out about a month before your birthday. Okay, so if you're all enrolled in Medicare, ready to sign up, they're going to send you this book. And you go through it, and there's an index in the front. You can look up topics like, kidney dialysis, glaucoma, cataracts, cancer, diabetes, all types of conditions,
senior things,
medical conditions that you might be curious how Medicare treats these things. So then you start reading the book. Not that you want to, but you flip through it and you find all of these blue apples. This is a good 2 pages because there are blue apples on both pages here.
I love the blue apples all of a sudden.
This is a jackpot page here. You've got tons and these are all free preventive screenings that Medicare pays for that you schedule at your doctor's office.
Where else but on Networking Arizona would you hear about blue apples and Medicare? I love it.
Who knew?
Exactly.
Who knew?
But that's where you come in.
Todd knows Medicare.
Because I love it. And the reason why I say this is because, a lot of people, we said, they get the book, they throw it away, they don't know. And, not everybody's going to tell you these things. And that's what I love that they hear. It's something a little different here. And the best thing to do is to just have him do a review for you. Right. That phone number to call him direct at 602-722 I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't have dyslexic sometimes. 602-722-9325. And it's a free service to you. Check him out. It is toddknowsmedicare.com. You can also see where his seminars are going to be.
Correct.
Right?
We list them on the website.
Yeah. And when you do the seminar, how long are they?
It's an hour. It's an hour's worth of material. Sometimes we run a little bit long based on the questions because some groups are just very vocal. They just, they've got a lot of questions, a lot of issues.
So a lot of people that live in the same household, are they going to be on a different Medicare plan?
Well, everybody's Medicare is definitely individualized. I mean, you don't get a family plan or a group plan. You can get discounts for living with someone, for sure, with a lot of the carriers. But no, your Medicare is yours. Your red, white, and blue card is issued in your name, and then you get to decide what to add to it.
Yeah.
I've been in houses where spouses do two different things. I mean, one goes one direction, one goes the other, and that's perfectly fine.
And usually is because you're not on the same medication.
Right. Or you
don't, listen, your husband's not going to the gynecologist, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or
I had a couple recently that he's all concerned about, foreign travel. He goes to Cabo multiple times a year. He wants coverage that a Medicare supplement will give him out of the country. The wife's like, yeah, I go to Cabo too, but I don't care about foreign travel. I want the free plan. I want the Medicare Advantage plan where I pay no premiums. So he might end up with a supplement that he pays a monthly premium cost for, and we've already signed her up. She's on the zero premium plan, and he's going to probably take a supplement. That's fine.
We have a lot of snowbirds that are here right now that are really coming back. And do you get a lot of them that are talking to you now because you got so many people that are living in dual states?
My favorite town to work in Arizona is Yuma, Arizona. I love that town. Full of snowbirds, full of Canadians too, but in this, the winter months. But a snowbird needs a plan that's portable. If you spend half your year in Idaho and half your year in Yuma, you need a plan that covers you both places. So that's a different scenario than somebody that, is in Metro Phoenix and doesn't leave the county. Way different.
Quite different. That's why you need to know somebody who knows Medicare. And Todd Knows Medicare. You can check him out on his website, toddknowsmedicare.com. His phone number is 602-722-9325. You can call him. These are free. This is a free checkup, what do you want to call it, service to you, the people. And I think most important is that people think, this is what I'm going to think, is that most people think that I'm on a plan, I don't need to change.
Right. If it worked this year, I'm sure it'll work next year. What you don't understand, the internal parts of that plan are likely to change. They will change.
They will change. Are there a lot of changes right now?
Yes, a lot of changes. Drugs that were covered this year are not covered next year. Changes to the pharmacies.
What are you finding? Like, there's a lot of people that are on, let's say, they're taking insulin. Are there a lot of changes there?
Well, we had a huge change at the beginning of 2023. Huge, for the better. Insulin was lowered to $35 a month by the federal government. That was huge.
And that's what if you have Todd, you're going to know Medicare. So you can call him direct. It's a free service to you, the families, and he wants to educate you. That is what he's all about. He does seminars everywhere, at least once a day. He's doing seminars everywhere. That phone number to call him is 602-722-9325. His website is toddknowsmedicare.com. And the beautiful thing is that you can go up onto the website and you can see where all his seminars are. You can get people together. He loves it when people get people together. He's going to give you all of the books that he has here. Also, you're going to find out about the blue apples and what they mean in the book. And that number to call him direct is 602-722-9325.
Across that line